After you log into TK20, one of the first things you want to check is how you are logged in. So in this example, I'm logged in as a cooperating teacher. You might also be logged in as a supervisor. These are the roles you would use if you want to access the Field Experience tab and do field assessment forms, field experience assessment forms. But the portfolio is associated with coursework, and so it exists in the faculty role. So you need to drop down that box and change to faculty, and then once you do that, you should be able to see the portfolios tab. So you want to make sure you're logged in as faculty and then click on the portfolios tab. And you should see a list of the students who you have been assigned to evaluate a portfolio for. And you click into the student's name to open up their portfolio. And just like in everywhere else in TK20, the left-hand side is the student portfolio submission, and the right-hand side are the assessment forms for you to complete. And you can move the bar in the middle to drag and drop it to make the sides bigger or smaller. So to review what the student has uploaded, you just click on the black tabs. Each of the tabs represents a section in the portfolio. And you'll see the sections the student hasn't uploaded yet just say file not attached, so nothing has been done yet. In the section where the student has uploaded materials, you'll see links to those materials. And you can do two ways to review what the student has uploaded. One, you could click download and save the file to your computer and then open it in Microsoft Word or whatever is appropriate to open it in. But another cool way you could do this is you could click on View and Annotate, and that opens the file up in a TK20 window. And then if you highlight a piece of the document, and it's a little hard on the recording screen to do this, but if I highlight and then click the little note symbol that pops up, I can add a comment. And then I click save, and you'll see my highlights, and when you hover over it, you can see the comment that I left. If I don't like that comment, I can just click delete. I can edit it. But I can, go through the document and add comments where appropriate. And then once I'm done, I can just click the X to close it, and it will save my commented version, and that will be available for the student to view. Now, before I close this, one other thing I might want to do is remember on the right-hand side are the forms that are available for you to fill out. And the only form for the portfolio is the portfolio evaluation form, so I'm going to click on that to open it. And in the portfolio evaluation form, there's a corresponding section for each section of the portfolio. So the school profile, the unit plan, here are the lesson plans, and remember I'm looking at lesson plan number 1. And under each section, I have the option to do a preliminary assessment and a final assessment. Now, only the final assessment is required, and that's indicated by the asterisk. So I can choose to do a preliminary assessment or not, but this is a way to give feedback to students as they're developing their portfolio. And, I can choose the appropriate assessment for, for lesson plan number 1 that I'm reviewing over here. I can add some comments. Or I could copy and paste into the box to add comments. And then I can go through each of the sections of the portfolio and fill out my reflections or my comments back to the student. And then when I'm done, I just go to the bottom and click Save Draft. And now it's been saved, and I'm going to close the document that the student uploaded. If the student uploaded a lesson plan reflection, I would click here to see what that document is. The student opened a document in Microsoft Word, so I'm just going to click on it to open it. And back to the lesson plan. I can see what standards the student associated with this lesson plan. The ones that are locked are ones that were associated by default by the program. And then I could click on the next section to see the next information that the student submitted. So I can go through each section, fill out the portfolio evaluation form. When I'm done, I just click back, and then I would click on the next student. So I would continue to do that for each of my students. Now notice I didn't click that green submit button. As always in TK20, the submit button is the last thing you're going to do after everything in the form is completed. So all required fields in the form have to be completed for you to hit submit. So throughout the semester, you're just going to save draft. When you have entered a final assessment evaluation for each of the sections of the portfolio, and you've entered overall comments for the student, that's a required field as well in the overall portfolio review. Once you've entered an overall final assessment and overall comments and information in each section, then you can click Save Draft and then Submit. And Submit will lock the document for future editing, so you won't be able to add any additional entries for the rest of the term or the semester. So this is only done once at the very end. If you try and do it before that, it will give you an error message. Okay? So as you're working on the form, you just click Save Draft and then just click back to go back to the list of students and select the next one.